I call the meeting to order of the Newbury Recreation Committee on Monday, September 8th at 6:37. We'll start off with members present. I don't know how to do this tonight. We'll start with Cindy. Which do you think? Cindy, and then work our way around?
Yeah.
Cindy Carrier, liaison from the COA.
Daniel Jones.
Mark Sant.
Dave Grohl.
Mike Crouch.
Mary Anastasio.
Okay. Did we get a chance, everyone get a chance to read the minutes from March? Or am I on the wrong page here?
Now, we had a meeting in June, last June.
There might be a typo. Let me just, what I have for the minutes.
I mean, there was a meeting that we didn't have a meeting in August. Prior to that, there was one in July. I wasn't there, so I wouldn't have been able to do the minutes. And then prior to that was one in June. The July one, I think the conversation was approving the field use for west northeast.
Was it a quick meeting?
I wasn't there.
Um,
I think it was like an hour and 22 minutes.
What meeting up? Because I should have done minutes.
So to your question, to approve the minutes of the last meeting, they're not ready yet.
Yeah, you were taking notes.
Okay, so, yeah, John's got notes. I'm trying to get together the minutes going back to last year for the town. So I just.
Why is that? They took them off the, our website. They were all.
They were on there?
They were.
Okay,
They took them off.
okay.
All of January, all of 25 is off.
Okay, good,
Put them
good.
on back in February. I added 2 more.
Okay,
I think April and March and April.
yeah, all right, we'll figure that one out, because I talked to the guy from John, and he said that, just put them on a disc.
He has them.
Oh, he does that? All right.
He has all the last 2 of them I did. I think I CC'd you on.
Is the, while we're on the topic, is the email situation solved? Someone checking email?
Not me. Summer
I've
vacation.
been getting them,
Well, that's-
but I think that they're also CCing me. So I'm getting like both to my.
Plethora. Are they the same?
Yeah, they are.
I'm sure.
Which is why like I keep like replying all, and I think you're getting some of them too, because or maybe I just replied to all and included everybody.
Who would they be coming from?
Like, did anybody get the Salisbury Recreation Committee email?
No.
No.
All right. So our rec department, recent communications. If whenever we want to get there.
Okay,
Correspondence, yeah. So come in, the way it just.
yeah, correspondence, you're right.
All right.
So you're tabling the approval of the minutes?
We're not going to approve the
Yeah.
minutes, and so we're going to table them until the next meeting.
Do we only owe July ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have a August meeting.
Awesome.
All right, so Salisbury Rec Committee reached out to us. They're having a problem with an organized for-profit group playing on their fields. Just asked for feedback and like how we handle it. I said we just generally call the police if we have an issue. We did have we had some stuff with non-for-profit, just like parents stuff, and we haven't really had any problems with that. The person also had questions on just general pricing, and I gave them feedback on my research from Rowley and West Newburyport and Ipswich and the stuff that I did for our repricing stuff.
Yep.
Good person to know. I can't remember the name offhand. Let's see if I can find it. But general good back and forth, a couple of emails. Good to have that sort of.
Rec department or rec committee? Working for the town, or was it there?
It's a town of, is it the city of Amesbury or town of Amesbury?
It's a city.
I think
They're not there, don't they?
Yeah, you're right.
How spells do you
Use my rec.
doesn't say.
Did they mention the name of the organization?
Salisbury, she does have
She-
a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Salisbury.
Yeah,
Her name's Jen.
yeah.
Roquette, and do you want me to spell it?
No, I.
Roquette Menezes. She does have a Salisbury MA.gov email.
Okay.
Oh, Salisbury Parks Rec
Mhm.
and Youth Empowerment.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
solid title.
It's a real good, it is a solid thought.
But did she mention what the group was? And sport?
The for-profit. She just said local for-profit leagues.
Yeah, they, it's been a thing, and it's all over here. They find the field looks empty and they use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my only, if you communicate with her again, is what do their bylaws say in terms of use? Because it doesn't matter if you're profit or non-profit, if it's public space, it's public space. But if you have bylaws like we do saying regular use of it requires a permit,
Yeah.
then they take more steps to discourage the use of it or prevent them from, not prevent, but limit their use for it.
Usually, like, cities have that built in, and if not, I'm sure they will have that built in.
Yeah. The only other correspondence was from Chrissy Beaupre about moving the meetings.
Oh, cool, yeah, that's right.
Which went to Recreation Committee.
And we talked to
Which-
Cindy, and Cindy was like, absolutely, we have snacks, and the snacks.
Alright, so that was sent directly to the Recreation Committee, which went to my email, so this stuff's getting forwarded.
as a recreation committee, we should probably be on the second floor though, so we all get a little exercise going, so yeah, let's try.
You can do some
I'm usually 2
laps.
minutes
We
late
can
to
do
the
laps.
meeting and I was on time today because
We
it's so
should-
convenient.
We
so.
should do this meeting on a walk.
Mm.
We can have
We
this.
only had a trail to walk on.
That would be
Hey,
nice.
I'm not complaining.
I have
Yeah,
no-
but it's the fuel.
I have no official MyRec requests. I had a buddy reach out to me about ping pong, and playing ping pong, just like a bunch of
Dudes.
dudes playing ping pong. I said, let me know what you're thinking. I had a member of the PTA reach out about using the fields. Wasn't sure on which one. It was very unorganized stuff, but for a PTA ping
Cornhole?
pong, thank you, cornhole competition to help raise stuff. I think he's looking to do it in 3 weeks. I said it's probably short on time. So, especially since he hasn't
What day of the week are they looking at?
28th, which we do have Rush playing.
Yeah, but we
Rush
have a ton of space.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
That's a
require much.
Sunday.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have that little grassy knoll.
Mhm. So I said, here's where you put the stuff in, and I said I'd talk to you guys about whether or not this would need something, since it's a one-off local father and PTA member, if this would need official approval, or if it's one of those things that like, yes, we've got the space, I could just say go. Because he has not put in anything yet, I don't know what he's looking to do.
Yeah, the town guy, I mean, worst case scenario is we could do a Zoom meeting or something just to approve it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have to.
What, there's no green space at the school? I assume PTA is the elementary school.
Yeah. I don't know reasoning for
I
Mantor.
mean, you get bathrooms, I guess, would be like.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Field at
It is.
Sunday, it's nice.
We do have 2 cornhole sets. They're in the garage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, 2 cornhole sets. Do we order 2?
We ordered 2.
But the
NES
mystery
has 2.
ones never showed up, right?
There might be 2 more in this building or in some.
They're not in this building. I
But they
think,
might be somewhere.
who knows where they are,
Someone's-
the company,
Yeah, someone's in the backseat of someone's car.
Or Joel at the storage facility.
someone's playing cornhole.
And the PTA has a couple too.
Those bills, the cornhole bills, I don't think I saw them.
From Amazon?
Yeah.
should have.
You should just be real mum on that. Make the COI pay.
Well, last year, I made a suggestion that those one-offs, one day use if we have space, could, and I think should be able to be approved by
Yeah.
the person charging, so it doesn't, we can have a quicker turnaround for the benefit of those groups, particularly when there's money not involved, there's space, it fits in
Is there
that.
soccer on Sunday?
There is soccer, they
Yeah.
usually take 2 fields.
They're taking 2 and 5B, so
So this one
we've
is-
got
Football.
1, 3.
Soccer.
You got 1, 3, 4, and 5A.
They're throwing it really far.
Parking is a big day, that's,
Yeah, I
Open
don't,
up the back, just
I-
let all the parties know, there's 2 things going on. We can open up the back, it's good. What time would they be doing that?
I think they said 10 to 1
yeah, it
was
sounds.
an option.
Should we just vote on this, just to,
yeah, if they request it, I can see the bathrooms would be open. There is a lock on the gate now, and it's the right combo.
okay, I was gonna ask. yeah.
And carry in, carry out, I guess, there's no trash barrels, or I guess would be the only,
There's still a dumpster, correct?
there's still a
Yes.
dumpster.
Okay. So, I make a motion to approve the PTA cornhole festivities on what date?
28.
28.
28th September.
At one point in time,
Yeah.
they had asked me about pickleball, they wouldn't have a tournament. And I was like, oh, what do you think of it? And I was like, oh, a bunch of people don't think pickleball. And I'm like, it's not that easy, you only got 3 courts,
Yeah.
so it's like, and a lot of people sitting around watching, unless you,
And
Brilliant.
that's why, like, I don't know if this thing's gonna go through or not, but like, they need to get organized.
Yeah.
on it.
So let's, we have a second on that motion?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
I,
All right. Excellent.
That is all I have.
I feel good when we get back to the community, you know? Bills and claims?
So I was traveling this week, and it was a short week, so I haven't checked my emails, but I would think Mello's in there. Last month, we had 3 checks. I put them down, but I don't have them with me, so. But we did receive payments, so I'll update the Google Docs. We'll do what we did last year. I think that worked well for visibility and organization of what we're spending and how we're trending. So,
Question, has anyone been down talking about the Mellow bill? Has that, is that been good recently? People aren't throwing household trash in it? And the reason I said it, because of the whole Republic strike.
I haven't seen any overflow, I'm not looking, sticking my head in. as much as used
I
to.
opened it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
it doesn't appear to be.
Okay, good.
you know.
Good.
I usually peek in there once a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody figure out what's in the suitcase? All right.
I think it's
Not
this
as
one.
I'm not saying
No
it.
one looked.
There was an interest, after the Newbury Day, there was an interesting collection of stuff in there. In fact, I had taken all the trash home from the kitchen,
Okay.
because they actually used the kitchen.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was terrific. And they're like, oh, this is beautiful. This is,
What did you guys, I didn't do anything for, oh, I had to take a my Newbury Day? I went by the car show. How was Newbury Day? Anybody?
I was there in the morning for setup, and then I went back in the afternoon for pickleball. And they claimed they had 400 to 500 people.
Excellent.
It was, the morning was interesting because they didn't quite have the, the tents up, we would take the tents down, put the tents somewhere else, carry them across. But once they finally settled, it was great. There were vendors. There's actually, it's something I want to talk about. I'll pigeonhole it in. There was a wall to paint on, and the kids kind of went over and made designs and stuff, and adults went over. It's probably 2 4x8 pieces of plywood, and I had them shifted to the front of the building at the flagpole,
Yep.
so it's kind of facing the street. And I've been in contact with the guy who kind of did that was his exhibit. And he's like, you know, we don't want to move it or take it down. He wanted to store it for next year. And I said, can I put it at the library for a couple of weeks first? So it's going to go from the soccer field to the library. And then I want to talk to Tracy about putting it either in the hallway or in here. It's cute. It really is. It's kind of a nice, folksy. It's 2 4x8 sheets of plywood, and he's got braces and stuff, which you could take off.
Sandbags to hold it in place and.
It's something like that, because they were very. I was very. They came at the last minute, like Wednesday night. They're like, we want to put stakes in. We're not putting stakes in. Just sprinklers out there, and they were very good about that. So I thought it was great. Excellent. Why did that have to be on your desk?
Oh, that's cool. That's how I envisioned it. I don't know, maybe I saw it on her desk.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was very concerned about it being so high that it was going to be knocked over, and I'm like, that was kind of stupid. But there's actually a picture floating around of Senator Tarr painting on it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The rain didn't, like, no problem.
I haven't looked closely, but I don't think it's been a problem, no. And he never expressed that
That would be a problem.
that would be a problem. The library, I think,
Oh, so this was today, it's fine.
yeah. Good. So the library, I think, is going to go into the awning in front.
Cool.
We talked to them. But we'll see whether they want to do it again next year. But this was the council, the Arts Council,
Cultural.
Cultural Council, yeah.
That's super cool.
Hey, can I do it before you pass it on? John, you know, you've seen it. Just in case anybody, if this actually is watched by anybody, they might be able to see this, which a lot of times I see these meetings and they pass stuff around, but people don't really,
You can't see it.
they don't see it. So they're like, oh, that sounds cool, but we can't see it. So,
Yeah, certainly knows.
No, I saw it.
Give the
Yeah.
people what they want.
yeah, that's it.
It's cute. Yeah, so, yeah, there were fire trucks, there were, the equine rescue was there were vendors, there was little kids selling lemonade, which was cute. So it was good. I had a beautiful day. Can't wait till next year.
Awesome.
Did you have a lot of people participate in pickleball?
Pickleball, we had 2 nets set up, or 3 nets set up. I was at 1 net, just in case people wanted to try it. Like 8 or 9 people showed up. I asked them to come and play. So there was always a game going on. There were people trying it on 1 court, and people.
Good.
Yeah, so that part worked very well. I think they had problems with the music. The music didn't show up till late. That's the only thing I think. Because I think they weren't paying the bands until the band that was supposed to play at 6 o'clock or something like that. I couldn't do karaoke.
Do they do?
Couldn't or wouldn't?
Couldn't.
We should probably
Yeah.
integrate that into our recreation committee meetings. Like every meeting we have, one person has to stand up to karaoke.
I quit.
David, you start on it.
Great
idea.
Start, and
I'm like,
then they'll never go.
You could,
It'll-
you're sports,
it'll
so I
be
could take this
stopped.
job and shove it.
Get away with it because we're not paid. All right, so that's that. Bills and claims, application. Application for fields of courts, I think we just talked about that. That's been settled. Update old business.
Actually, before you go too far.
Yes.
I got Cornwall's in the garage, I said that. They had asked about Frisbee golf,
Yes.
and they're off 9 Frisbee golf holes in
Yes.
the garage.
You counted them?
Yes.
Because we lost it. I thought we lost
I don't
it.
think you lost them. I'm pretty sure I counted them.
Okay.
They're all broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The base rotted,
Yep.
and if we're not gonna use them, we should probably throw them out.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where if it's a, steel base and it's circular, if we get something that was circular, a little wider, bolt them in and then reuse them, because I think that.
I just,
Yeah,
before I forget about it, it could be in the back of people's mind. I'm not sure you want a Frisbee golf
It's-
on the soccer area, but I'm thinking if you go down the hill,
Do you want the history or?
yeah, the 5 minute.
Five minutes.
No,
It was
Okay.
a scout project, it was a 9-hole. It was originally laid out differently. Warren Mentor, as chairperson, said, look, you're taking up too much of the field space. Fields couldn't do it, so he had them repositioned. They were all supposed to be, when I say temporary, to be removed every fall and reestablished. That's the way they were designed. They were left in year-round, and at one point they couldn't, it was too hard to take them out. They started falling apart, 3 were up, 2 were up, and then they just took them all down.
Yeah.
We did bring in, actually, I went up to Amesbury that has a 9-hole course, and had one of their experts, a person who goes out to Devon's to play regularly, he's in a couple of leagues. He also plays over in Topsfield. And I walked the courses there, and us. We could do it wouldn't be a very good course because of, one, we have to go around the fields, and if the fields are in use, it's just too cumbersome.
Yeah.
We could try to go through towards, and one idea we had thrown out, that was shut down, was to bring it into and use some of the Triton property. During the spring and sometimes during the fall, the phys ed classes go for walks. Well, here's something that they could do, again, engaging in a different activity and do it up through the lower level. Springtime's tough because of the wetness between the properties, but come up the backside. With the fence, when we looked at it, the back road was still open going down to the tarmac. But that was one of the problems. If you have a road going through, it's really hard to have a game going. But now that is closed off and parked off. We could look into, what's the word I'm looking for? Get it so they're movable and put new bases like a tripod on the bottom so that we could set it up and leave it. And again, this might be something to work with the high school students with as an activity that they can engage in. It's a good sport.
Yeah, I know that one of the things that we do, one of the classes is lifetime sports. So it's cornhole, frisbee golf, things like that, archery. And I will say we did do frisbee golf. We did have the frisbee golf like cages.
Yep.
On tripods, and we would set them up along the turf, and we would do that. So that is something that Triton already does.
Yeah.
So if there's anything you want me to ask the athletic, one of the athletic teachers about,
Yeah.
if there's anything specific.
The question would be for us whether we want to hang on to it, but if there's a course down there that.
I think it'd be a great extension of, all right, if particularly if you're mobile, I don't know if the seniors, again, years ago, before your leadership, there was a proposal of, do we buy a set of discs? And then, I don't know if anybody else plays, but you can get an array, just like golf clubs, an array of this one does a slice to, and this one does a long distance. So there's an array and weights of the discs. But if it's something the seniors in particular as a way to get started and showing people, look, it's a Tuesday before soccer comes in, we can set a bunch of them out and they can play because it's an opportune time.
All right.
I haven't had anyone.
Well, it's one of those things, if you don't know about it, you're not going to say, hey, can we do it?
Right.
Pickleball's exploded, so everybody's
Yeah.
seen that.
But that was an ask. It wasn't something that we had.
Oh,
it was,
well, because of the
but like,
popularity.
I know we've been asked about horseshoes, but not about frisbee. So.
I think it'd be great to inquire if additional baskets would be advantageous to the school.
Yeah.
Or if we can integrate.
How many years ago would this have been? Because I mean, the technology, I think they're metal.
Yeah, the baskets are still,
Yeah, with
are
real
gonna be the
chains.
same.
They're like actual
Yeah.
And
chains.
that's what you guys have?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah, it would just be actual chain, like full on, the cages. And so I don't think, like, I'd have to talk with them.
Yeah, talk.
I know, it's
But,
like that.
you know,
Yes,
if-
exactly.
I'm sure the ones.
If you wanted to work with them, maybe
Yeah.
maybe set up, talk about setting up a course that's easy for, you know, the high school to access. So we can,
Might set it at 3 inch.
probably work together on setting up a course for, you know, the general public to use, as well as, you know,
Yeah.
training,
Yeah.
athletic.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so
so
stuff.
that would be the only other thing, is if it's not school land, then we probably can't.
Yeah.
It would what?
It would not be available for the public, you know, it would have to be.
During certain hours, but
Oh,
no, that's
during
why we
certain
use
hours,
it,
yeah,
that's why we
yeah.
use it up
Yeah.
at our place, because they walk. Have your classes ever gone up to the field?
We have not, but there's like 3 or 4 different trails from the training property
Yeah.
onto the field that I have walked.
I don't think
numerous
that they
times.
can legally leave.
I don't think we
during
can
class
now,
hours.
unless there's like whole field trip and everything
Yeah.
signed, so that would be.
No,
an
they
issue.
do, they do a walking class. I forgot who does it. Anyways,
I don't
the
remember.
details can be,
Okay. Feel free to investigate.
I will investigate.
And again, I wonder how much we can use of our property, you know, like those big empty areas that we talked, maybe one of these place. And we work around the backside and then go down and then up and then head towards there. And that's the
Another thought, maybe we just call it a chicken pot, you just put a couple of.
Yeah.
well, exactly, it doesn't
Yeah.
need to be a full 9.
Yeah.
Most of them are 18, so. you to
Oh,
have-
I've seen, yeah, like in Vermont, we go up and down mountains, it's really
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah. It's a good way to get walking in and sight.
And they might be junk, but to me, the pedestals are rotted. And
Yeah.
in fact, there's massive
Russ.
locks on them, so that must have been a factor at one point.
Well, you'd lock it underneath in
Yeah,
place,
yeah,
so it'd
yeah,
stay there,
Yeah.
and then they're supposed to unlock and be
I was
removed.
just like, I was like grandma's attic, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's good. All right. Anything else? Let's see, update in business, pickleball, ping pong?
Ping pong's interesting. Ping pong is a big hit at every town day. We actually put ping pong tables outside.
Excellent.
And there was always someone on, I was there probably 7 hours at that day, and there was always someone on the ping pong table.
Where outside did you have it? Like on the grass?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, at the end of the day, I wanted to leave, and the band was still playing, so I had to drag the ping pong tables across in front of the stage.
Are they,
And then I was like, will someone come out and push?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does anybody want to give you a hand? No, no, we'll just watch.
So I kind of made it a little obvious, but, and they were fine. In fact, we put him up when Sanjay was there for his season-ending party, and he wound up playing ping pong with us. Yeah.
It's our pickleball instructor.
With the ping pong do they, I know it's just infancy right now, the conversation, but would they want to do it on a particular evening?
No idea.
you should find out, because
Yeah.
I'm in.
Alright.
Because I think it'd be great if we had a Thursday night adult pickleball,
Ping pong.
ping pong, yeah.
Pong and Bird.
Town property.
No idea what Sean did.
Yeah, we were talking about, talking about coffee.
Right.
Yeah,
Coffee.
In a nice mug like
Yeah.
that.
absolutely.
That you brought with you yourself.
Cafe.
Take with us.
I did propose to Dave Taylor at one point in time to open it and have youths go.
Needs to it.
The 2 Utes.
And that didn't go over too well. I mean, all you need is coverage. They're easy to set up and put down, and
Yeah.
it's not like you're gonna break anything.
No.
They survived cross-country transportation.
Did it wheels on?
That
Yes.
was
Okay.
good wheels.
Yeah, because I have a set, we do the same thing, we pull it up.
And they just go,
Yeah.
they go right
That's all
back
we
in the
do.
kitchen.
Go right there.
Yeah, so the only thing that would limit you, I think, is there's 2 tables, you can have 8 people playing. If you get 12 people in there, it gets noisy, but
Good problem to have.
it is a good problem to have. So I would encourage, yeah,
Awesome.
and that's, you got nothing to hide, right, you guys? Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to actually have people there. Keep an eye on the place and stuff like that. I hate driving by and seeing like, but they're all lit up.
You know,
Is it safe? Perfect.
It is dark there though.
Yeah,
Spooky.
at night.
Yeah, I mean,
What
there's no
about
lights in
the
the parking lot.
The little library.
That's
It's up and running.
Yeah, well, it's on the agenda.
No.
what is?
The little
landing
library.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's cute.
Water bottle update, essentially they're like, they'd probably be twice the cost. So, you know, it's 6 and then an add another 6 to go inside, outside. But if you guys just wanted, I got lost in the maze of why people wanted it outside versus just going inside and using the water bottle filler. If anyone wants to keep that to a short discussion.
Just convenience and not dragging money.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's the fact that it's significantly more visible and will get used more than.
The only problem with that, again, and what
Yeah.
they said was that they were not thrilled about the fact of having to run pipes underground outside.
It initially came up at a meeting where one of the members of the select board asked, because it'd be great to have for dogs. I personally, I think it'd be great indoors, inside, partly because of cost, partly because of the problems we're gonna run into in the colder months. That it won't
They're
operate.
everywhere. They're
Great.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Someone's figured this out.
yeah.
And whether it's a $10,000 solution, you know, this is just one of these frustrations that I was.
So are we saying no to outside, or are we saying let's explore
Well, what's the
outside?
cost?
I think that there would be,
They roughed 5,000 for carpentry inside and it'd be double for outside.
yeah, I would assume it probably, I thought
The same
I
like
think they think it was
Okay,
$6,000. So we're looking at $12,000, but again, I'm thinking, again, this is just my opinion, I don't mind being overruled on it. I'm thinking if you're worried about dogs outside, there's probably, the cheaper method would be to put an outside spigot from the basement going outside where they can just shut it off on the inside and have water run
So
outside.
I'm
There is-
not
there is a
suggesting
spigot
to have it for the
Okay.
dogs.
Okay.
There is a
You have to
spigot
bring it down
at
and
the
bring it in
garage.
water.
Okay,
We use
Yeah.
to fill water.
So that's not the
Okay,
issue.
okay,
The
okay.
issue is, that's why one person wanted it.
okay.
I mean,
Again,
there's been
But
outdoor
at least
drinking
for
fountains
this,
for
but at least for
decades.
this,
This is not
yeah,
a
I mean,
hard
for all,
solution.
we've been chit-chatting on
Years.
this for 2 years that I know of, probably 3. So whatever happened, happened, but what do we want to do as a committee? Do we want to take it forward? Do we want to drop it? Do we want this? What do we want to do? Sorry.
No.
I would like
I wanna
to
just
go
cut you.
forward
Yeah.
with something that we can replace water in this, particularly even the adults, water bottles.
So we're saying outside or inside?
It doesn't matter.
Well, that's
Okay,
the question.
So I'd like to get something so that there is a way to replace the water in your water bottle.
so,
If it's
So-
outside,
okay, so
I don't care.
You're more water bottle centric.
Yeah.
Are we more outside, inside centric? Because I can have the outside part, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But I
How
don't-
dirty will that get? Like, are you gonna fill your water bottle on something that's been,
If it's inside, then the kids have got their cleats, walk on the porch, open the door.
I mean, you could put a
Step
sign on the
over the-
outside, water bottle filler
Yep.
inside,
Yeah.
to let people know that it's in there.
I mean, as
And
long
we tell the coaches, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, as long as there's a way to, weatherproof it in the winter, I don't see any reason why it can't be outside. Like, and it's not like it's,
Yeah.
it's not like there's a bunch of trees blowing leaves into it. And
Is it gonna be on the
where it
porch?
would be.
Like covered?
I don't.
I don't know. I
I
don't,
would assume.
no, it's be our discussion with, you know what? So I will try, I hate keep pushing this off, but I guess they can do it in the wintertime because they probably have less work if there's not snowstorm. I will see if I can have a meeting with James and discuss 2 things. One is, because
So I think our collective vision, let's get a vision so at least Dave can
yeah,
Present it.
present it. Is our vision outside, under the porch,
Outside under the porch, water bottle
filler?
filler. Yeah.
so I guess that's
Are
the
we
question.
Well, here's the thing.
Like
You
what's our vision?
you can have an outdoor bottle filled with drinking fountains and a dog water bowl. Like, this is not $3,000. I mean, there's work involved, right, to get it done.
Yeah, that's
But
just
it's
with
no more work than setting up any drinking fountain in public, anywhere,
So,
Yeah.
right? Like any water, including our sprinklers, have to be drained before the winter.
so,
We should, but sometimes I forget.
Yeah, but like, this is not
Yeah.
a hard solution.
Show that today.
no, I saw that, I think it, so,
So it, just collectively, you can vote on it.
I would be
Is this-
totally.
Is this what our vision is, kind of? I'm good with that.
I'm cool. I'm fully cool with that.
So, I guess this is, I'd like to see either one or the other. So if we took, and I don't wanna, because I know that you don't wanna get drinking water outside, but if we could possibly put something like that on the deck, and they would be good with being able to empty it, and I just, I think it's an ask for us to do the water bubbler, so I wanna make sure that we get it right.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, we leave what's in there as is, instead of doing two.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
If we do this outside, we can leave what's in there.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
sitting
think-
with
You don't
me,
need a
I
lot.
won't drink out of that. And I'm with you.
But won't they be able to, can't you fill it or not?
I
Yeah.
can use it, but that's me.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I mean, if you guys want, because you leave the building open, what, like
Yeah.
7 A to 7 P or something like that?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
earlier as it gets winter and people aren't really there in the dark. So they'd be able to go inside and access it instead of leaving, and then you have to shut it off outside
Yeah,
for 4 months of the year.
correct.
Whereas if you had it inside, it's 12 months of the year that it's available.
It's not, I don't think it's an either or.
What's
Like
there
the pro-
today?
the-
Is
Say
it
that
a
again?
is there, what's there today? I don't
Oh,
know.
it's
Fountain.
It's bubbler, water bubblers.
But the problem is, do people know that they can go into the field house? It's not as many people know that it's open as we think they are.
Put a sign. You can put signs outside.
But you have to go
Dog
to,
bowl on the deck.
There's always a dog bowl on the deck.
I think having both as an option is good. And I think we need to do more things in there so people understand that the building's open. There was a group that was going cycling, and I'm like, you guys can go and use the restroom, but it's locked. It's like, no, it's not locked. So,
Well, that word traveled fast.
uh,
There's a group that rides on Friday, and they all go to the bathroom before
well,
they
yeah,
leave.
the
Yeah.
Tuesday Turtle Group,
Yeah,
he said, go in there, you can take advantage of it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's another thing about the cyclists.
it's actually interesting to sit and watch the people that go in and use it.
Yeah, and it was good for the bus drivers in the morning, and, so it's a nice asset. But going back to the water bubbler, I would like to see something that would refill water bottles, and whether the kids go in there to fill the water bottle, they're already going in to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be the sticking point. One would be less money, the other one is more money but more access, and more visibility for people, particularly young kids, to take advantage of it.
All right, I'll see if I can have a discussion. I go up there and I talk to the secretary, and she's wonderful. But I always feel like I'm pushing it to say, hey, but if I could
Have
talk
you
to
talked
Jane.
to Tracy first? I would start with her,
Okay,
just because sort of
Yeah,
the hierarchy, right, is to go to the town
Right.
administrator and then she goes to department heads.
Okay,
So I would suggest that you email her,
all right.
and see if she can,
I've actually got a Tracy list that I kind of unloaded in my mind today.
well, she's also willing to come to a meeting. I can ask her to come to the next meeting, I think. Then she could answer all your questions
Well, no,
while
and I
she's right in
think
front of you.
we could certainly give her an agenda, but then I went down the rabbit hole of, do we report to the select board or do we report to Tracy?
Tracy?
I would start with her.
Yeah.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah,
And not that we want to go around Public Works, but maybe we should pitch all our ideas to Tracy.
I think you should, because
We
Public
should,
Works answers to Tracy.
we should be talking to any
Department
Department.
heads.
Right. Well,
They are
I-
her
I
staff,
think
we should go right to her and only her.
yeah, but what do you got,
We
when it
kind
comes
of got
to,
into that.
when it comes to operational questions, it's easy enough to go and talk to the office, and they give you some, because it would be like, hey, why are they putting stop signs on this road? hey, we want to put a no dog sign on one of the poles out at the field house. It's easier, or why did that come down? And it's easier for me to say, can you find out why that came down, instead of going to Tracy and Tracy going to them. I mean, I have no problem doing it, but
My understanding was that we should always be going directly to Tracy,
Right.
and then she will talk to her employees.
yeah, I just don't want to like encumber her with stuff that maybe, but yeah,
But that's,
absolutely.
her
that's her
job.
role, so
That's
I
her
would
job.
say,
Okay, okay.
I
That's her job.
would start with her.
Okay.
But I can certainly ask her to attend this October meeting, because then you'd have her here and ask a bunch of questions. And she'll,
No, that's kind of a sneak attack. I mean,
I think
it's
so.
a-
She's got plenty of time, if she can't make it, she,
Yeah.
you know, if there's other things going on, I mean, certain times of year, clearly, she's got higher
yeah, budget season
priorities,
isn't
but right
time,
now,
that's the thing, but right now, this might be a good time for her.
It's not a sneak attack when we ask her to come.
Right.
Yeah, it's not-
it's when we say we're having the meeting in her office, when she's there, yeah, that's, the cameras are rolling, yeah, that's.
We've got some questions. Will you show up?
In fact, I don't want to commit to her to anything, but I'd like for us to meet with her every 6 months or something. I think
And
that.
she'd probably be willing to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, on her time, and we met with Kristen in planning at like 8 in the morning, and it's fine. We
Yeah,
stay up, eat, and get out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tracy's also here at all hours, so
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
it
just,
wouldn't be a big deal for her to
Okay.
attend the meeting.
all right.
We could also make our meeting half an hour earlier or something like that to make it.
Or we
so that
should,
Or you
yeah,
do
yeah,
Tuesday night, I mean, that's another thing.
Yeah.
put her first on the agenda and just ask the questions and move on, instead of having them listen to us
Just
talk
so you have
about
to
it.
go home and come back.
Contact. All right, okay, I'll bring it up to Tracy. Book exchange, Little Library.
Well, I haven't heard anything from the, what's it called? The community service club, so I haven't heard anything about any damages, any issues with it, any vandalism. I don't know if
There's
you
usually
guys-
books in there.
Yeah, there usually seems to be books in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I've gone by and checked a couple times, and every single time I've been there, I find books have gone and new books have come. It seems to be getting used, at the very least, by the families who are bringing their kids to the playground. I think it was actually very good timing that both of those were put in around the same time. Because whenever I would go there, it would be like, oh, Mo Willems' book is in there and Dr. Seuss' book is gone. You know, it's like I find that the family books, the young kid books, tend to be swapping out a bit more, and every once in a while I'll go and pick up like a cookbook or a fantasy book or something like that, a bit more my kind of reading. But I find that the family books tend to come and go very quickly. The more adult books will come and go, but not as quickly. So my guess is it's probably the kids at the playground.
Should have the instructors tell people to bring a book to share.
That's a
when
good
they go to
idea.
class. Because that would get the seniors thinking, because they walk by, it's a perfect spot. It really is a perfect spot.
All right, DPW maintenance schedule, that was me. I felt bad about asking, so I'll move on to the shading for the courts.
Can I just throw out one thing? I know we
Yes.
throw it out every year
Yes.
around now.
Yes.
Cut the trees because the plovers are gone, so that it can sled again.
Oh, yeah, I think we had that conversation. Do you have a conversation? It's been in the works,
Which,
the
You
sledding.
know how you sled down that hill?
Yeah. and-
Okay, well you can't because there's trees.
I know, and going down to the septic hill, I'm sorry, remember.
That's right.
There's not much there. It's too long a walk to do the one down to Triton, and I've seen people go all the way to Rear to where the, I want to call them sunflowers, they're not, Jerusalem artichokes.
No, I think that the.
Right by the street, so it's visible.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you ask them to?
Yeah,
Thank you.
good.
Sorry.
Where did
But
that
you
come
can't
up?
ask them, you have to ask Tracy.
I'll ask
Tracy.
Tracy.
Yeah.
That came up in a weird
Just put it in the email.
spot.
Yeah, no, exactly, and I think that
It
they
wasn't
said that they,
recreated.
yeah, I said, that I think there was a story that they did cut because of like something or other growing there, but now they can't cut.
No, they couldn't cut because there was a bird
Birds.
there. The
Yeah.
birds have moved on, so now they can't cut.
No, mobile links or whatever. The other fields are the mobile links.
Yeah,
In spring, and then they're,
but you can cut that area by the road,
Okay.
supposedly.
nice and wide,
Yes.
they can dump some dirt here, we get a ramp.
But don't ask DPW, ask Teresa.
I
The
like.
community has been asking for it.
Yes.
Many people who grew up or have lived here years ago, that's the place to go sledding.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
I've got a request about the, Council on Aging about, and I think probably the guys that do the pickleball, about Jake report, that they really need it.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
we had already talked about getting that, it's been a
And that was
price
another,
for.
that was another thing that.
So that changed a little bit, Cindy has a tarp, like a real tarp,
Oh, like
a heavy-duty tarp that
a canopy,
could potentially go up at the beginning of the season and stay up.
but it will, the wind there will ruin it eventually. I mean, I've paid for a couple of different things. I've already ruined one umbrella, maybe two.
With 2 umbrellas down and 2 pop-up tents.
Yeah.
All right, in fact, someone just donated one. We're also, it's almost too late now, I mean. it's-
Now it is, yeah.
So clearly for next year, I mean, if we could come up with the real solution, then that's wonderful.
I'll call
But
them again.
this, Cindy and I had talked about it offline. We should vote to ask the town to put up her tarp next spring, maybe, and just vote on it, so it's out there for.
How long
It's
will
like
how
20
long will
by
that tarp
10.
last in harsh weather?
I mean, it's a big one and it's heavy duty. It's better than a pop-up tent. And when DPW has put it up, they really secure it. But, you know, it's not gonna take much.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take, I mean, it won't be, like you put that pop-up tent up within 30 minutes.
Well,
Because I
and
know.
one of the problems with the pop-up tent is you're popping up every day and popping down every day, and that's not so much the
No,
umbrella, they're made for that, but.
We need a permanent structure.
Yeah.
The pseudo-permanents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the danger's gone of losing someone to heat stroke.
All right.
But that's for this year, 26 is.
It's on the list.
But I think if we wanted a work order to get processed, we should vote that the town has to do something while we're trying to figure out, maybe in the Tracy meeting.
Yeah, the Tracy
Can we
meeting,
spend
yes.
20 grand and get like a real cover? And there's also, it'd be nice to have a bench at the playground or a picnic
Yeah,
table.
I think focusing on the,
Cup.
the shade structure is a priority for a lot of different reasons. And particularly when you put the stanchions in and then they put the material up in the beginning of the spring, we can
I
assess.
believe we had 19 left over at the end of
So,
last year.
that's actually a question I had for Tracy, because you have a revolving fund, right?
Yes.
So the money that comes in is from soccer and lacrosse. So the money that goes out should be for soccer and lacrosse.
Mm,
For the field.
I don't think it's,
Our stuff is, my understanding is for
Yeah.
the stuff at the field.
Yeah.
So this is another great reason to have her come, because maybe my understanding is wrong, but
I still don't understand it.
the soccer and lacrosse people are giving the money.
Yeah.
but that,
They should see the benefit of
Well, the
what the
grass
money
gets
that's being
cut.
spent.
Yeah.
so,
Right, so the
Yeah,
maintenance
yeah.
of the fields, the
Yeah.
reseeding, the
But-
so,
watering,
but
whatever.
that's not exactly how those accounts work.
It's
Yeah.
more the 50 grand that comes
We
out,
get-
the 50 grand that comes out of town meeting
Correct, we get 50 grand each
is not
year.
From the
covered.
revolving fund.
And then
Yeah,
what we
we
don't
don't
spend
use.
goes into another account.
Yeah.
And it keeps them growing.
So
It's my understanding that your $50,000 should be used to maintain those fields for soccer.
100%.
Not for a shade structure for
No,
pickleball.
Or basketball.
I don't think so. I think we have purview of the entire field.
Yeah.
That money.
But again, I think that's another
Yeah,
question
I'll-
to go over with
I
her.
would feel a lot better.
Same thing like
Yeah.
the purchasing the cornhole sets.
Yeah.
Using the revolving fund money
So that's the,
is a no,
so when
Is
you
it what?
say,
is a no.
Did you ask her about that?
I did.
And she said it's a no?
She said you shouldn't have used those funds for cornhole sets. That's not related to soccer and lacrosse. You see?
So all of our funds have to go towards
So like towards
supporting.
maintaining the fields,
So, but we-
right?
but
Or
we-
like the field house stuff, because the
What about the
people that are
playground?
using the,
That was a different.
and I could be misunderstanding it.
Okay, there was a different fund? Okay.
The fencing wasn't, but the.
But it was under our purview to
But like
do
you
it,
could go to
right?
her and say, we would like a shade structure, is there a way to find funding to pay for a shade structure? And she
Okay.
will assist you with that. But using the money from the revolving fund, I don't think is allowed.
so let's,
What does
That's
it,
again,
what does it cost to do maintenance on the fields alone?
It's actually
It's,
transfer.
we
The
get
number
billed,
changes,
it's
yeah.
like 14,
I was gonna
if you
say
go to the
14.
Google sheet
Yeah.
from last year, I think it
Call it
was
16. Yeah.
I think it was,
Yeah.
say
Not
whatever
50,
amount.
not 50%.
Yeah,
But it will tell you.
but we
Is that
also,
fall allocation and,
Yes.
and spring allocation?
Yes, those
Alright,
allocations.
so you're looking at 13, 14,
Yeah.
somewhere around there?
14.
so I think you can probably get away with like the water bottle filler, because that's going to benefit
Yeah.
the people that are using
Right.
those fields, right? But cornhole sets or pickleball equipment is not benefiting the people who've paid the money into using those fields.
Yeah, but I don't know.
All right, well.
Let's-
And I think
Everyone
it's wise to,
let's clarify.
yes, because perhaps I'm misunderstanding it. But
We
I
haven't been doing that for the last 3 years, just saying.
which is a problem.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
we
mean-
haven't spent much.
To me, it's, let's make this Manchester or Central Street fields as wonderful as they can be
Yeah.
for the entire Newbury.
Like,
Valley.
Right,
Yeah,
and I think
so-
you guys
so-
should probably, during budget season, you can ask her for an expense budget.
Well, that's what we've been asking for at least 5 years now.
So you
And-
submitted budget.
No,
figures.
because we don't have, our line item is limited. We need a new line item for us to do anything.
I think this
That's
is,
not
right.
related to the
this is a
fields.
conversation for Tracy.
I
not
think
Cindy.
it's, yeah,
Well,
I
no,
think it's
I'm-
wise to have her come and she can explain
Yeah.
that. Because perhaps I'm misunderstanding.
No, it's.
You might not be.
you're- From what I understand, you're very close, yes. But the problem has always been, is they changed what we could use the revolving funds for
Right?
to field and field house stuff,
Right.
right?
Would
So-
you
so-
consider pickleball equipment field house?
I'm not gonna go into the minutia, but yes, I
That's
would
what-
not.
Right.
And I've asked repeatedly, how do we do this? And she said, you need to start the process
Oh.
in the fall for us to get, so she can create a line item.
Guess what, it's fall.
Well, so budget season
exactly.
is coming, like
Yeah.
November, is when we
That's-
all get our packages, yes.
And I don't mean to take that on you, it's just, I've been asking, that that's what we
Take one
need
for my
to do, if we go back to our minutes.
Can I have an ID, please?
Every year for the past 4 years, we need to do this, we need to do this. By the time she sets up the
Are you just
budget
visiting them?
in January, that's what we should have our budget. We can't have a budget until we know what our expenditure is.
It's her birthday.
So then I think
I'll
that's,
talk to you.
but I think maybe you add that to the agenda with her, is talking about like an expense budget for this committee, outside of the revolving fund to maintain the fields.
Yeah.
So that you can say things like this, oh, we wanna have
We want to have,
pickleball equipment, basketballs, or, you know, whatever.
We were told years ago that the money and everything that we did, because we were talking about putting a ice skating rink. And we were told that we were gonna put the ice skating rink at the library.
Yeah.
And we were told we couldn't do it if it was for the field out there, yes, but if it's up there, no.
Okay, well,
Well,
Certainly,
need for.
I say everybody's right, yeah.
Everyone's right or no one's right?
I'll demand.
To me,
Okay. I just have a little
Let's step down.
question. When we go through our expenditure report, we have an $850,000 credit and debit. Did I read that number right? Doesn't hit 850,000?
850,000, that's correct.
It's like
I'm just trying,
over 100.
I would need to see it printed.
but it's, I can't print it.
We have $850,000? This group?
No, I don't.
The
Oh, that's the one.
seminars,
So that's
Yeah.
the, spending,
Retirement.
Yeah.
retirement fund.
that's some kind of
My-
liability, or,
My understanding is every year that we don't use our funds, and we basically only spend, say, half.
The money goes back into this fund, and
The money
we
goes
have
off to the side.
and the only way that we can get use of that is to go to town meeting.
Correct.
Okay.
So whatever we don't spend, however we spend it, whatever, and we don't spend it. We have not
Haven't.
spent really anything, in my opinion. We've spent little things,
Trinkets.
We have,
but that's okay, just.
we have spent to
conversation.
the limit before. We have.
Well, that's nice, but the last 3 years we haven't.
No, but we were doing projects.
So,
that
but
we
that's,
paid on.
and that's okay, but
Yep.
we haven't spent half of it in the last 3 years. So that's roughly 70, right? 20, yeah, 50.
855,000?
I don't know if that's.
I think it's like
true.
100, I thought it was like $149,000. That's
I
what
don't know if
thought it
that's
was.
fully true. Because,
Well,
yeah, it's a
it's
start date and an end date.
115.
What's the start date and end date?
Yeah, it was like
I think
149,000.
the
I could be
report.
wrong. That could be joint,
Yeah.
what's the recreation and something or other?
Open.
Who did you get that from?
recreations,
And
is
Ian?
the 500
Does she have the
series
debit?
in the charter account, council on aging is not in.
I don't think it was council, maybe it was something
scroll,
else.
I
Do we have an understanding of general costs? I know that we've done and maybe this is something to be shelved, but I know that there are plans for Kent's Way. Do we know what that costs? So that if we have $850,000, maybe that is a start to clearing that stuff and getting us, let that land open so that we could potentially start building something on it. So we could put baseball field, like, it's not an insignificant amount of money, and
if that is true.
right, like,
Okay.
that's if that's true, yeah, absolutely.
And if that is what
No,
the,
last year we spent 36, I think.
yeah,
We spent more last year.
I want to say 75%, 80%. We did better because we did buy a number of things along the way.
For the
But in general,
it's
we're not 90%, which in most places, you want your budget to be close, your budget, because we don't have a budget. We have a pocket of money that we just put, and,
All
I
right,
made the suggestion.
we're gonna get all that straightened out.
All right,
Who's in charge of figuring out where that is? How much do we have?
I will.
Tracy, yeah.
I'll, that's on my
We
list.
could,
I
we
think
could,
you
or
can
I
ask
have
Tracy
25
all that.
minutes. What's that?
I think you asked Tracy all that.
Of course, yeah.
And
The,
prior to the
and-
meeting, we'll get an updated report from Ian.
Yeah.
I'll make copies, I'll socialize it, and then I'll also bring what we did last year and the year before, so that we have comparison year over year of what we've spent. Now, the monies that we take in actually go into a different fund, so we don't, that plus and minus doesn't count, we just have 50. So I kinda don't care what we take in, if that makes sense.
Well, and
We should maybe, but
No, actually, we shouldn't. We should be looking
should.
at, no, because our job, one of our jobs is to determine whether what we want our cost recovery to be. And that's it. Our job is, do our costs, what we charge people to use our facilities, does it cover the cost for us to maintain them? We're not in a business to profit necessarily from our fields.
We had this discussion a couple years ago. I agree with that, but I also agree that there are private groups that are using our fields to make money for themselves. So we have a private organization that says, hey, Newbury doesn't charge any money for their fields compared to, and we don't, compared to other places. We're gonna lock in those fields so other people can't use them, and we're gonna make money on it. That's my feeling.
How a business runs their operation, profit or nonprofit, because I think you get hung up on that tax status, because that's all it is. How they run their business is how they run their business. And I don't believe anybody at this table would want the government to say, here's how you need to run your business. If you look at the business model of, for example, Seacoast flag football, anybody want to guess how much their executive director makes?
Hopefully zero.
No, they.
No, keep
should
going.
make something.
No,
They should make,
$80,000 a year at the last filing. That was a couple of years ago. How much does Triton Youth Soccer make? She makes zero. The prior person made zero. So profit, nonprofit is just a tax status. How they raise their money, spend their money, that's between them and their board of directors or the corporation. Our job is we set a price that we think is fair. If we want to raise the price for nonprofits, great, we can do that. If they don't come back to use us, then we don't get that revenue.
well, I still think we should increase prices, because I don't exactly know what
But how
cost is. I know we've gone circular.
But that's what I'm saying, our costs are covered, which is what,
But I
we
don't
should
know
be
what
based-
that percentage is, so
how
I
much
can't. I
we
don't
cost us, but we're not even spending the $50,000 that were allocated.
Yeah, like I
Okay,
said, that
so-
money goes into a different
Is that-
bucket, which you
that-
said was the right thing to do, it goes into a
That-
different bucket.
So we shouldn't be charging $50,000 for somebody to use our fields when it's only costing us $37,000 to maintain and take care of the fields, the insurance. If we had a bond, we could be paying off the bond, whatever it takes.
And those elements are not, we don't have that visibility. So we might be in the hole, we might not be, I
We're-
don't know.
We're not in the hole because we have our spreadsheets from Ann every quarter saying, here's how much we spent, here's how much we're allocated. We're allocated every year $50,000. We've never, in the last 5 or 7 years, we haven't even come close to that.
well, we have. We've used it all at certain times to finish projects. But I strongly look at some of these groups, and this is our history. We say we're bringing up prices, and there are certain profitable groups that come in and say, we're not gonna be able to do it, we won't be able to do scholarships for kids, it's gonna be a horrible thing, and we raise the price. We said, the reason we're raising the price is because we want you guys to just use the fields for these certain hours, and so that we have fields available for people in town during certain times during the year. And they came back and they just booked the complete fields from morning to night so that no one else could use them. And they told us that. They said, well, the reason we did this is that we want to make sure that no one else, another group doesn't go in there and ruin the fields on us. And that's fine, but don't come to us and say that we're going to lose a scholarship.
That's a business decision on theirs.
No, but no,
And I agree.
that may be a business decision on their part, but as a
Exactly.
town, we don't want that.
We're in fiscal year 26, right?
Yeah.
And we have not increased prices, at least in the last 4 years. I
Yeah,
don't even
Okay.
know when was the last price increase
when
prior
we changed,
to my.
when we changed over, I think we've done it twice.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but-
and
but
then
my-
she just
my
leaves.
question
She's
is,
like, oh, you
have
guys-
our costs gone up, and by how much?
Yeah, exactly.
And our
I'm sure it
costs-
was.
Your mellow bill's probably doubles.
Well,
Exactly.
and I don't think that is, we've lost a couple of the bills that we're not paying anymore.
But, okay. But
So
if we're
that
not
was
paying
why,
them-
when
But
I
if
asked
we're
this
not
about
paying those things, who is?
the town, another department is.
So, okay.
But
So
our
what I'm
budget is
saying
our
is
budget.
that-
Yep,
But we don't have a budget, you just said.
Exactly.
And if there's costs associated that may not be passed on to us, So yeah, we have extra, but there's still costs associated with maintaining those fields. And the fact that we have not increased prices is crazy, period. I don't care what you say, it's crazy. It's been 4 years that I know of, and I just think it's crazy. So maybe I'm the only one who thinks it's crazy, but
No, I second that motion.
thank you.
I did a price comparison.
You did a lot of research on that.
I proposed months ago
Yeah.
certain price increases to certain groups, and like rearrange the groups. I got zero feedback on it.
So I sent you stuff.
So,
I didn't see any feedback on it.
so
Okay.
tell me.
I did get, you did send me the proposed guidelines to the 2 different guidelines.
Yeah.
And I merged those and sent those back for
And
feedback and
I
get it.
added to that.
And I got nothing back from anybody else.
Check your Google Doc.
All right,
The doc, which is,
so question for
And
you.
merge the two. We'll talk about it.
okay.
What is the, in general, let's say,
Raleigh charges $50 an hour for field.
yep,
That is the only group that charges that much.
yep,
West Newbury is a little cheaper than us, but they have 1 field and it is not in great shape and they don't keep it up.
Yeah.
Do they have bathrooms?
Huh?
Do they have bathrooms available?
They do not.
What fields are
Another
they?
reason to increase your costs.
It's next to a bunch of stables.
Stables?
No,
Yes.
so you're talking about pipes, Dave?
The field?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've looked at this, I don't know. Salisbury is roughly right around the same where we are. Ipswich is right around the same where we are. They all have a different structure for
You can buy,
local 501Cs versus for-profit as well.
how many kids from each town in Salisbury, they also do, you can, in lieu of payment, do volunteer work to maintain the fields. Hamilton Wenham, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's Hamilton Wenham, if you have,
Well, we don't have
kids.
to increase, but I think we should.
But
But you've done a lot
I'm not talking about a huge increase. It is a little bit of an increase to put us at the fact that we have 6 high-quality fields all on site, with basketball, with playground, with field house, with bathrooms,
With nice parking.
and parking, like,
and we allow lights, and we
Yeah,
allow
like,
them
it's-
to leave their equipment
there's-
out there all year round.
there's no fields in the general area which are in nearly as nice an order as we are.
And there are, you can go across the I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. You go across the Governor's Academy and the price to
Oh,
rent that field
absolutely,
for
yes.
an hour. You know, they were in that whole water thing, in the spring thing, they were, well, we had to go for a place somewhere else.
Yep.
And they go, that's a lot of money. And I'm like, yeah, it is. We got a great deal.
Yep.
I
And my suggested price increase is not for.
It's so crazy.
It's not for Newbury's people, it's not for local groups. It is only for, essentially, like, one or two of our groups. Rush is already paying $25 an hour. It would just be for the Lax group, which is charging an astronomical amount of money for their participants. Like, yeah, they have a scholarship, but they also charge a ridiculous amount of money to participate.
Yeah.
you
Which
know,
group is that?
I don't,
Lax,
cross. I don't like when they try to guilt us into
yeah.
scholarships. That's their business model. They don't have to do that.
They also
That does not reflect the
complain
use of
about
the fields.
The field times, like, we can't help the weather, like, I get that.
yeah, I understand their point.
But that's just
totally.
bumping them up to the status of Rush. That was pretty much the only change. And also, in there is significant more detail about, like, the basketball courts,
Yes.
times, because our previous one was very sketchy and very confusing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, like, understanding the difference between field house use and basketball courts and parking lot usage and that
Yeah.
sort of- So, like, it's all, like, it's different pricing based on different usage.
Yep.
So I'd love to get some feedback on this, and
Yeah,
then I'd love to put it to a vote.
No, I was gonna say, let's vote on it in the next meeting and just.
So if we do vote on it, we have to bring this to the select board.
Yes,
So let me do this, let me talk, it's on my list for Tracy.
select board.
For like November.
It actually, I
I
think
think
it
this
was
goes to
just,
Tracy though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would go
The
to
select
Mark
board
about
has
it
to
and
make
ask
any
her.
changes to our policy.
Yeah, and if it's okay for us
We
to,
had two policies that,
Overlapping, we're.
yeah, so I merged and made one.
So, so why don't we do
No?
this? Why don't we do this? We'll put them in like a PDF and
Mhm.
we'll email it to everyone that may not have Google Docs or know how to use it.
Oh, I could PDF that.
And we'll also do both of those in a PDF so that people
We'll
can
both
see
in
them.
the meeting.
And I'll
I certainly trust you, Mick, but it's like, yeah, I guess I want to, yeah.
yeah, let me ask Tracy about the thought of how she feels about giving those groups a bump and find out. You know, because that's ultimately where, you know, she'll have a recommendation, come back to us,
And I
and
don't
if
think
we
The
agree
best
on
thing she could
it.
do is, what's everybody else doing, and Mick already did that, so we're
Yeah,
anticipating the first
and
one.
it's sort of our responsibility to go to her saying, here, we've done the research,
Yeah.
here's what our budget is, here's what we think it should be. And I think a lot of the numbers did make sense. My biggest concern was, if somebody wanted to run a tournament, originally we had it at $5,000 for the weekend. And that was nice when we didn't have police or fire. And the last time a tournament was held, police and fire came in each at about 4,000 or whatever.
Yeah, it was-
So we're talking close to 15 grand just to try to hold a tournament. Then people aren't using the field.
Yeah, they
And we
just
used to have a
decide.
very successful lacrosse tournament, actually it was run by Pentucket, that brought in money to the recreation committee.
Big money.
But also raised money for the lacrosse program at Pentucket. The prices we have it now, I've reached out to different groups, it's not worth it. Now when you have, fire has to have an ambulance on call, on site with 2 people, police anywhere between 2 and 5 officers in 4-hour shifts. So it's a full day, 1-day event. You're still talking 10 grand, and you're not going to get it up with the fees by the time you pay your officials and all that. It's
So, yeah, I had a problem with that just because there are other events that go on in town that don't have that presence. They're not paying they don't have that amount of officers. They don't get. What drives me crazy is the fire station is within a quarter mile of the fields. So if there was an issue, and we don't have a you know, the defibrillator, because we were talking about doing that. I don't know. Let me run this by Tracy, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do. All right. New business.
David almost makes the water buffer seem.
Yeah, we lead with that, and then we say, oh, by the way, can we get this? Oh, sure.
No,
I'm only teasing.
no, I agree. I just-
We have, it's the elephant in the room. The elephant of Glen Street being thrown about as the site for the council on aging building.
Which street?
Glen Street, the property behind the library.
That's this one.
Oh,
right
is that
here.
the Kent Way place?
Kent Way.
Can't-
Well, there's 2 different sets of properties there. There's the Kent Way property,
But that's.
and
what
then
you're
there's
talking
property
Yes,
that
yeah.
town
All right.
owns.
Well,
No.
now if it's different, I maybe, you know.
They want to take, one proposal out there is to take some of the land that back in 2000?
Our Kent Way?
Kent Way.
Okay, but the plan is to take our Kent Way.
Well, I
Just
don't
remind
know,
some-
I don't know what the current plan is when.
But we're talking about our Kent Way, right?
Right now, I'm talking about property that's next to the library that the town owns.
Okay.
There's property on the side of the library, which has access to Lunt Way. And there is property behind the library, behind the baseball fields, that has access via a newly constructed Kent Way.
It's just right there.
Yeah, back there.
No, I know it's there, but I've never heard.
5-point-something acres.
I've never
it's
heard it referred to
considered.
as Lunt Way, so I'm confused.
Yeah, the
I
acreage.
think Lent Street is where the library is.
Is the library.
Yeah, it's Lent Street.
Okay.
The acreage that is under the jurisdiction of the Recreation Committee was bond was raised with the warrant from the town saying explicitly that it was to be used only for fields. And that's what the town paid for that property, with the caveat that it only be used in the warrant for fields.
Does it specify the kind of fields?
Ball fields,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
And I don't have to
yeah,
quote
soccer,
from-
baseball, whatever.
I think they were looking at baseball fields. Because the idea back then, 'cause at one point they
There's no
had,
softball fields, to be fair, we should build a softball field.
well, the softball fields are behind Newberry Elementary. That's what we put in back there. There are two fields.
It's not
But it's
bad.
not in our purview.
But it's not, exactly.
We should have it in our purview. What's that?
So if you want to play baseball, you have to go through different entities for softball.
Yeah, you have to go through the school, you have to go through.
Select board.
Select board for upper grade,
Yeah.
then us.
It really is silly.
But no, the thing is,
Whoever for Pearson.
right now Pearson is a select board.
Okay.
If we were to put fields back in there, I had a call with Tracy years ago and Alicia, and I said, wouldn't that be kind of silly if this field is under this jurisdiction and this one? And they said, no, they would all combine. So their whole idea is consolidating what is appropriate for us to have jurisdiction over for all of our activities. Because if somebody wants to use a ball field, I mean, it's not even on. Nobody knows when that ball field's being used, except for the selectmen, when they come to us asking about it.
The one at the lower green, or?
Right here, appears.
Yeah, because someone had a lock on the door the other, the gate, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
They had a lock on the gate because,
People exercise their dogs.
yeah, and they shit all over the baseball field during baseball season.
I know who it is, everyone else knows who it is. And it's just one of those things where they just say, well, we can do it. And so it just requires someone to say, no, you can't do it. But yeah, I know the players, and, yeah.
So the story is, I'm not sure what the current plans were, or are, for potential building back there and access. I know people have complained that there's no way we could put ball fields back there because of Kent Way, but there's actually other ways in which we can get access off of Lunch Street, both the back side of the library and the front side. If they didn't put the chargers there, which isn't the best spot for them, but there could have been a way in which we moved the fields about 10 feet, and you'd have access to the back of the fields without having to interrupt the environmental. Also, with the environmental stuff, that was under the old environmental regulations. The new ones have changed, whether we like it or not. And water, nationally, at the federal level, wetlands that are not connected to a larger body of water are going to be, can be filled in. And that's not connected to a larger body of water.
Is that wetland right behind here?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
wetlands, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's ways to, if you were to, at one point you could, if you were to fill in that area, you'd have to create more. You could actually create more behind Newberry Elementary, which the town owns a big parcel back there that is already freshwater wetlands.
Sorry I brought it up, but my ears go up when I see Lunch Street.
It should.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a great idea, because if they put a COA there, nice big building, I won't have a very far walk from my house. That's what I'm all for.
It's all
And
downhill.
you yourself too?
I need to open the door.
All right, good, let's do this.
And while
Right,
while
there's-
we're at it, the, for Tracy, I'd like to update this,
Membership and term.
yeah, what's a quorum? There's seems to be,
50% of the appointed members plus one.
yeah, but there's, I was chatting with Bill
Yeah,
before.
because we lost one.
There's
Right.
different numbers.
Still,
I'd like to
yeah.
know what that
I think we could still have one too.
Yeah, you can.
what that means.
What that means is.
No,
Yeah, you
I
can
don't
turn it back
want
and say-
it to be that, I want it to be the standard,
We can
what
love it.
is.
Typically, it's 50%. So if you have 6 people, it creates a quorum. But it's not 50/50, so it's going to be 4 people is going to do the quorum.
Right, but we seem to always, anyways, there's a formula
That's
that I've
crazy.
seen,
That's
I
crazy.
just can't seem to find it, I just would like that, that just seems very,
The problem
Confusing.
is,
He picks them out at the beginning very
if
few.
you go through the open meeting laws regulations,
Mhm.
that once a person has been assigned, once the board has been filled, any absences, not absences, any people resigning from that board or terminated from that board still counts as a member of that board until it is filled or to the next session. So you can have any number you want. So let's say 6, a quorum would be 4. If somebody resigns, it's still considered 6 people, and you still need to have 4. That's the new Massachusetts open meeting laws.
okay.
So if we have 6, but
But if
then
we
2
had-
people resign, it's still 4.
And to,
Yeah.
so they
You
need
gotta
to,
fill the seats. But going to 9 people on the committee doesn't help you because your
no.
quorum's gonna be 6 now. You just can't have that many absences.
The reason that 1/2 was put in is at one point in time, town politics was quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Divisive. And think of it this way, considering you've had 7 people, 4 would be the quorum. And the idea of putting 1/2 in there is to prevent the minority to become the majority. So if there are 7 people on the board, 4 is a majority, 2 people, and there's an issue that's split 4 to 3. 2 of the people who are for something aren't there. The 3, and there's 5 people at the meeting, that would mean the minority, the 3, could outvote the majority. That, you know, these 4 people wanted something, we know that, we've already taken the internal vote count. These 3 people are against it, we know that. 2 people don't show up. Now, if it was a simple majority, the minority takes
Okay.
over, and that would defeat the purpose of
I got it, we're good. Yeah. But that verbiage is strange. But yeah.
4. 4. You need 4.
That's because we have 6.
We needed 4? I thought we needed 5.
5.
Yeah, we've always needed 5.
Right now, right
Exactly,
now,
right.
because,
Yeah,
now, here's what happened.
because we're missing 2 more people.
No, let's back up. We had 7 last time, 1 person left. That seat counts, so it was 7. Half of 7 is 3.5, correct? You can't have half, so it goes up to plus 1,
Okay, got it.
4.5, so that makes it
And I
5
was missing the
people.
+1.
Plus 1, and that way it's
That's
always.
worded funny because it doesn't, yeah.
That's not what you just
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
That's, that verbiage is not the exact.
Oh, can I give this back to you, because I just took a picture of it. All right, I will discuss all this stuff. and,
This verbiage is supposed to be that, but it's not, if that makes sense.
At that
You were
point,
clearer than that.
Talk to town council.
I could, at that point, when I get done,
Legalese.
for my resignation.
No. No.
Well, just make do with it.
But now you can't resign, because we need you for a whole year.
Yeah, that does our quorum.
Yes. And that's-
So it's like a ball and chain. you know,
Pretty
it's like
much.
drag it around. Anybody else want to talk about anything?
No.
New business?
I've got a Tracy list.
Okay, we should get
Things
together.
that
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about. I mean,
No,
it's
no,
just-
but I'm saying we should go together.
Yeah, and one of the other things, I missed the meeting last year where we talked about pickleball people renting Govs. And I'd like to leave the pickleball people renting Govs out of the discussion, but let's have an agreement on if Cindy wanted to rent Peter Hall, Recreation wanted to rent Peter Hall or something at Govs. We got as far, we got the liability, the waiver, and just, it kind of fell apart in a bunch of things. And I think, for the good of all, we should walk that one through one more time. Like, what is it that we would need? How would you collect money? how would you disperse money? How do you collect money and call it income? All that stuff. It should be on the Tracy list.
Okay.
Tracy list should be defibrillator, shade trees along the parking lot side of the basketball court. Shade
Yeah,
trees.
I disagree with that.
What?
I don't think it solves the problem.
Won't solve the problem.
For shade trees, if we're putting up the tarp, that's gonna provide the shade.
Yeah, there's trees up there, it's also, it's a natural wind walk.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put arborvitae's going across that area, I don't know if that's a possibility or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever, but if you did something like that, then it would be a natural wind walk. So,
Well, sort of, because it depends on how small the arborvitae's are, and if one dies, it breaks it. It's, if you've ever done wind blocks out like in Texas, you have 3 or 4 rows of trees. So it's a block, not just a one lane.
I mean, I talked to James at one point in time, east and west, I guess. With the main basketball hoops are for the big court, those two ends, that's where the wind comes from. It's one or the other. And that would be great for arborvitae's. And I said, if we put little ones in now, like 10 years from now, some problem solved, oh, we'll get some big ones.
all right,
Speaking of that, did you say anything about the flowers at the field?
I did.
Did you? In the recreation meeting?
In a-
Pickleball people had a little garden this year.
oh yeah, I think I saw.
Well
Awesome.
Well taken care of, and it's going to expand.
Looks nice.
I like gardens.
Yeah.
Someone sabotaged the sunflower. though. We had
Yeah, I
a
noticed
real
that.
awesome sunflower.
And the head was, I didn't know if he had deadheaded it or
The
whatever.
head actually was cleanly cut up.
Something.
And taken.
Somebody probably took it.
It wasn't ready. The seeds weren't ready. I mean, it was still, kind of
Yeah.
in that, it was such a
I thought he
mystery.
did it because I was like, oh, he must have deadheaded it or something.
Yeah, the principal
No.
gardener, you mean?
Yeah, but I didn't know if there's something wrong with it, and that's why it was.
No,
gone.
it was fine. It was, and it really was cut. I mean, it's a clean cut.
That's too bad.
But everybody feared, like, it's not gonna get watered, it was well taken care of, and I think what we're kind of scheming is like every other fence grouping, so there'd be like a 10-foot intervals, 10 feet apart. This just zinnias in, we're gonna put annuals in.
Well, then.
Those are the ones that come out every year.
Yeah.
Annual.
Perennials.
No, perennials.
Perennials.
Yeah, so-
Yeah.
I
I
guess-
always get it,
Perennials now, yeah.
whichever way it's supposed to be, I would say the same thing, because they always mess it up.
I mean, we've had fun with it, but we never really asked permission, because, you can get problems, so.
Always have to get forgiveness.
That's fine. Yeah, let's put a bubbler in while no one's
Yeah.
watching. Or a walking trail.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might notice the.
Oh,
I'll walk around
since
the
we're still live on this and we're talking about Tracy stuff, I'm going to, if you're coming there, talk about what she thinks the feasibility of actually doing a Beaver Basic walking trail around the place with stone dust. And just an idea, I'm not saying we do it or not.
No, and again, when the three of us have all talked about this,
Yeah,
when we talked about it, it's just like, this, I took pictures, I was in Medway or something, and it was like
yeah, you should.
next to the Council on Aging, there was a path that looked like it was worn as opposed to constructed. And it had some stone dust in it, and it was like, it looked like the Olympics. There was just people walking around, and I'm like, this is all we need.
Yeah.
And, sure, it had some weeds, but it was safe, it was level,
And if there's an issue with irrigation where you have a wet spring and it makes a little cut through it, you just.
Well, so I came back, and again, this is something
Yep.
three of us are very interested
Yep.
in. When I came back, I'm like, well, maybe we don't go all the way around the fields. Because if it's soccer, they're gonna go right behind the goal or something. But maybe we just go out, go around and, go down the hill and come up, which kind of defeats they should be line of sight to the street.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to do that, Luke.
Because I walked it off, it's a half a mile.
Yeah, it's
like
like
you go
over half.
around the soccer field, it's a half a mile. If we kind of went down the hill, it could be 3/4 of a mile, but maybe we just go, like if there's always a space between the two fields, like, is it okay to put a walking path between the two fields?
I asked before, there was an issue with with cutting grass, but now I look at it, if we did it along the walls and along that fence, and they don't have to worry about cutting that section of grass, you know, do that. So I think that their main concern was, this is a couple of years ago, whatever, that it was their operations cutting. But I will talk to Tracy, and then they can feed down that, and we'll see what happens. Anyone else want to say anything? Everyone had a good summer so far? Or, I guess it's done.
Make a motion to adjourn.
We're gonna do the next meeting, right?
No, I thought we-
next
I thought we.
You have your
You're gonna schedule it.
Oh, that's right. It's
Oh,
on
yeah.
the town calendar.
I need to go.
I think I helped.
This one.
Yeah, well, actually, so this is a half mile, like within
Yeah.
20 feet of a half mile. So, that, you know, could you go down there, could you go around here? City's would like people to be seen from the road, like if I fall down over here,
Oh,
I can't get up.
can you see me? Yeah.
oh, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I cannot make Monday the 6th.
Now that we figured out what the corner
But if everything else
Or
can,
November 3rd. I signed up for a masonry class.
Oh,
Cool, how fun.
So when
It's
we
hard.
build a wall, can we build a wall?
I've never done it, so like, that was,
it took a while.
that was great. That was solid.
Yeah. Indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor.
Really?
Yeah.
For repointing stuff?
The
or-
7th?
Retaining wall, like patio.
Oh, no, does the,
It's at Whittier,
There's
so.
concrete and cement
Just the-
and,
yeah,
so for-
yeah.
Like, I can do basic plumbing, basic carpentry, but I've never
They're on the
messed
14th.
with.
You're talking about October?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
we
scheduled.
can't do
So
that.
non-students can.
Hard to
so
remove
we're
it.
gonna
There's
have-
Tuesdays.
We're
We
gonna
can
have
do
for
that.
non-students.
Yeah.
So the 7th has the Conservation Commission meeting.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Zoom meeting.
Are you guys checking-
Always meet
They
here.
have a lot of good crack welding.
What about the 7th?
Yeah, are you checking availability?
So this is the town
Oh,
calendar.
that's what I was wondering.
This is October. So this is a Zoom
Can you do
meeting.
the 7th, the Tuesday?
I can do Tuesdays, my class is the only one day a week. And it's only for 6 weeks, so like,
If you're here.
those two ones I can't do.
It doesn't matter to me.
I don't want to.
So you started
If you don't, I mean, if we
No,
can do it,
it's Tuesday.
if we can do it on the
Tuesday,
7th.
the 7th?
Tuesday, 7th,
What
There's
about
no
Tuesday?
select-
Tuesday, 7th works.
No, that's the 14th.
and there's a Zoom meeting from the other one. Tuesday.
Is there a finance committee meeting?
It's not on here, but we can always have the meeting
Here.
here.
Okay, well, kinda.
Let me just double check
My
my.
wife is the finance committee, so
Oh,
we've
Whoa,
got kids.
whoa, with full disclosure here. 850,000.
Here we go. Actually, you wanna know what, I've got solid in-laws that could take it, so the Tuesday, the 7th is fine.
You can find out if it's finance for that night?
Don't worry about it, I'm sure I could work with my in-laws to.
Do you want to do
keep
the
the
8th? Do Wednesday the 8th?
What,
I-
that works
Tues-
if people, if that works for people, or.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you find out there's a finance committee?
8th is also fine.
I don't know.
I'm
So
out
let
the
me
next
look at-
week, so if we could focus on that week, that's
So
good.
the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, or the 9th?
So the finance committee meeting in September was the 2nd. So the first Tuesday
Okay,
of
So
the
that would
month.
probably be the 7th.
First Tuesday is.
it's gonna be the 7th. Do you wanna do the 8th?
Does anyone have a problem with the 8th?
Which
What
one?
day is it?
No,
That's a Wednesday.
We're not doing the
Wednesday,
B to B, or
October
how we do that?
no, we got to
Yeah.
give you a quick update on that.
Everyone good with the 8th? Right now?
October 8th.
Yep, 6:30,
Yep.
Excellent.
and let us know if that needs to change.
Or we
for-
can do it earlier, right? Because Tracy might need to. do
Yeah,
it
let
earlier.
us know if that needs to change because of
Well,
maybe Tracy.
Yeah, I need to know so I can post.
Okay.
So we gotta talk to Tracy to find out first, but yeah, like,
Is there any other meetings on that day?
Oh, for
It's
her
not
to show.
showing
Yes.
anything.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
let us know
On right
if
now,
we want to be
but if
6:30
I
or
look at the
6 or
previous,
5:30
if
or
I look
whatever.
at
Yeah.
Whatever works for
Okay,
you.
I'm like,
Let us and Mark. know.
And what about-
We'll update that.
Planning board meetings are Zoom. So I'm
She
gonna
don't,
see.
normally doesn't go to them. It's finance and select board, there's Tuesdays, so we should be good.
She may have something. 12's a busy month. Salem.
Can anybody make 6 o'clock
I can,
I can.
on Wednesday?
Mhm.
I'm fine.
And we'll reserve that for Tracy.
Okay.
I don't know if we can call it an executive session.
So Wednesday, October 8th at 6.
6, if that's okay.
Does that work for you?
And the first half hour, after we do the check-in of members present, will go directly to conversations with the town administrator.
Right, but that's if she can do it.
Yeah, but we'll
Yeah.
still keep it at 6, and if not, if she's not available,
Yeah, we'll still have it.
at 6 it'll be done.
yeah.
All right. You want to call this meeting? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Do
Go
it.
ahead. I'll second. Any discussion? Oh, time? Call the meeting at
8:13.
8:13. Oh, that's fine. 8:13. All in favor?
Aye.
Done.
Would you have to?